saying terrible things is bad. So if you said something terrible, then that's something you should confront in some way, shape, or form. I don't think that's cancel culture. That's you saying something terrible if that's what you've done.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and Seth Rogen has come out in regards to cancel culture, which this is kind of funny because it's right on the heels of an actual comedic legend of Chris Rock, and how Chris Rock basically said that cancel culture, and he didn't particularly say the woke crowd, but to make it simple, that's who he was talking about. Cancel culture and this woke crowd are killing comedy, making it an unsafe place to practice comedy. And then you have Seth Rogen, who really fits into that crowd, let's just say that, come out in defense of cancel culture. So in an interview with Good Morning Britain, Seth Rogen was talking about this, and he goes on to explain it like this in his interview. The Superbad star told Good Morning Britain Tuesday that some off-color jokes in his movies have not aged well, while insisting that he never made a joke that is outwardly horrific in some way. And if you have, I would question why you did that, he said of other comedians, according to a clip, saying saying terrible things is bad. If you've said something terrible, that's something you should confront in some way, shape, or form. I don't think that's cancel culture. That's saying something terrible. This is what Seth Rogen doesn't understand. You can't confront it. You can't say, oh, my bad, I shouldn't have said those things. You can't do, I mean, shoot, who was it? Kevin Hart. He was going to do the Academy Award, host the Academy Awards, and he said some, I don't even remember what the joke was, but he said some joke that the woke crowd was not pleased with, and he basically got fired from hosting the Academy Awards. And then they tried to get him back. He apologized multiple times. Nothing ever came from it. That's what Seth Rogen doesn't understand, is you can't talk about it. You can't say, oh, this was the joke I made. You can't say, you can't even, and you better not defend it. All you can do is apologize, get smacked around. Apologize, get smacked around. Apologize, get smacked around. The woke crowd loves to abuse and watch people suffer. That's what they love. That's what they want. And Seth Rogen doesn't understand that. Or he does understand it, and he's just trying to keep his career, which is the stupid move anyway. I don't remember the last movie he was in, actually. I think his career is already dead. Probably why he's doing some pottery thing. I don't know. Probably why he's into pottery, because he can't do anything else. But anyway, he goes on to say, to me, when I see comedians complaining about this kind of thing, I don't understand what they're complaining about. Of course you don't, because you aren't a comedian. You aren't funny. That's like me saying, hey, they stopped making some kind of guitar string, and I'm like, what are you complaining about? The newest string that they have out is much better, because I have no idea anything about guitar strings. All Seth Rogen knows, his career is based on the fact that he laughs funny. Like that's the whole crux of his of who he is because he laughs funny. He doesn't really ever, he doesn't say anything funny. Maybe every once in a while. Or he just gets in fights with Ted Cruz on Twitter. That's it. He also says, getting criticism is one of the things that goes along with being an artist. If you don't like that, then don't be a comedian anymore. I was never a comedian. Of course you weren't. We know that. I don't think that made jokes that were truly designed to target groups that were subjugated in some way. Getting criticism is one of the things that goes along with being an artist, and if you don't like that, then don't be a comedian anymore. That's easy for you to say because he actually admits later, I was never a comedian. But that's not the answer. That's what's already happening. Like there aren't comedians anymore. Like anytime we talk about this, we always refer to literally one person that's still out there that says, you know, who cares about the cancel culture and I'm going to say what I want to say. That's Dave Chappelle. That's the only person we ever talk about is Dave Chappelle. People who don't even know who Dave Chappelle is know who Dave Chappelle is now because he's the guy that doesn't care and he'll say whatever is on his mind. That's the only person. And he's old. He's old. I mean, he's been doing comedy since the early 90s. I watched Sleepless in Seattle and I was like, Dave Chappelle's in Sleepless in Seattle? Like, I didn't realize how old he is. But, and then you could probably throw in Bill Burr. Again, he's old. Nowadays, who's a Dane Cook? I'm not saying where's Dane Cook. I'm saying who's like Dane Cook. You know, I like Dane Cook. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I like his comedy. Whatever. That's besides the point. But who's Robin Williams? Who's Richard Pryor? Today. Who? There is no like young comedians that are just having superstardom right now. None. I can't name any. And I'm not gonna fall on the old Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr. No, they're dinosaurs in the industry now. I can think of some YouTube people. The one that comes to mind is Ryan Long. He's pretty good. But that's honestly about it. And then you got all these people like Seth Rogen, like Sarah Silverman, like Jim Jeffries, like Jimmy Kimmel, who built their comedic career on like telling these jokes that people would find offensive today. Not people. A very small audience would find offensive these days. And then those very same people come out and say like, hey, we shouldn't be telling jokes like that. We should be more sensitive. And then those very same people wonder why comedy is dead. It reminds me of that one meme where the guy is shooting the other guy in the chair and he's saying, why is this happening? It's like, you're doing it. You are a part of it. And it drives me nuts. And that's why comedy is stand-up comedy, I should say. Well, honestly, comedy in general is literally dead. It got to a point where you could only make spicy jokes. And now even that is starting to become off limits. Like there's literally almost no topic you can joke about anymore. None. Pick a topic. I guess food. I guess food's still on the table as long as you keep it, culturally appropriate. If you're a white guy, you better be talking about hamburgers and hot dogs. Do not venture into Chinese food. You might offend somebody. You can't talk about anything. So Seth Rogen, shut up. Like, just shut up. You can say what you want, but I don't care. Like, I'm gonna go off of what Chris Rock said, and that is just literally last week, that the reason cancel culture is so awful, especially when it comes to comedy, is that there needs to be a place where you can fail. Like, if a joke sucks, the audience will let you know. And I mean, I've dabbled in stand-up comedy before, and I've bombed, and I've had really great shows. And the audience will let you know, like, when you've gone too far. And that's what you listen to. It's like, okay, maybe I'll reel back on that. But you can't, but if you take out the experimentation, then you just get boring, homogenous junk. So I'm going to close out. And after my closing, I'm going to play Chris Rock's response. And that I'm going to leave it at that, because he's a legend. He is a legend. Oh, he's got such great jokes. One of my favorite jokes. Like I said, I'm not going to say it here on YouTube, but he's talking about black malls and white malls, and if you know that joke, you know what I'm talking about. It's so well done, well delivered, well crafted. Everything about it, I love it. I love it. But anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like this video, please go down and like it. If you have not yet already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications if you have not yet already. I got a lot of people who watch my videos and they're not subscribed. So it's like over 90%. So so if that's you, you should just subscribe already. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Like, what do you think of Seth Rogen's comments? Is he right? You know, maybe, I don't know, maybe stand-up comedy is just a dying art form. You know, a guy or a gal getting up on stage, just telling jokes to a crowd. Maybe we've moved beyond that. I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe some people think that. If that's you, I'd love to know that. Write down in the comments. Tell me. If that's not you, definitely want to know that. I want to feel like I'm not crazy here. So stay tuned. I'm going to play that clip from Chris Rock coming right up. And as always, guys, peace out.
So I see a lot of unfunny comedians. I see unfunny TV shows. I see unfunny award shows. I see unfunny movies, because everybody's scared to, like, you know, make a move. You know, and that's not a place to be. You know, we should have the right to fail.
Right.
Because failure is a part of art. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's like, it's the ultimate cancel. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, you know, but now, you know, you got a place where people are scared to talk. That's not, you know, especially in America, you're scared to talk. Ah.